You guys want to hear a cute story from the other day? Maybe it's cute, maybe it's sad. I'm not sure if I've decided yet. I was out on a date last night, you know, enjoying the finest wine. You couldn't even fathom. So yeah, we were at Little St. James. No, we were just at a nice restaurant. And I was having sushi. It was fantastic. It was really good. I'm still on my diet grind. So I hadn't eaten all day, you know, because I wanted to save the calories up. And I was having a fantastic time. And our waitress was great. I mean, she was bringing stuff out immediately. Why would you say that? Because the joke was like, you know, where does a rich person go to party, right? That was the joke, you know. Is a little on the nose, perhaps, sure. Brilliant, funny, groundbreaking, yes. And I apologize for nothing. Anyway, the sushi was great. The waitress was great. And at the end of the meal, you know, I tipped in a manner reflective of the quality of the service, which was high. And the waitress, as we were leaving, came up to us, was like, you know, wow, thank you so much. You know, you two have been really nice tonight. I was having a really bad day, but you guys have been really nice. And basically, like, kind of had a moment. Like, she looked like she was on the verge of tears, and my partner gave her a hug. And I was shit-faced, so I gave her perhaps an inappropriately strong handshake, because I know I'm like a big guy and she was like a little girl, so I didn't want to like, oh, here, bear hug or whatever. But you know, I gave her like the double handshake thing that like, you know, like that, because I was like, when I saw a social moment happening and I was processing it through like the 6-inch fogged glass of my brain. You know, in my head, I was thinking, can I hug? Probably not. Can I handshake? I'm going to give one hell of a handshake. Clamp, you know? She was really nice. She break her hand? No. I wasn't like death gripping. Just like it was like a very, it was a, I don't know if it's like a business handshake. It was just a, it was a very, you know, ripped her hand off. The strong handshake. Anyway, I hope she's doing well. I think it's amazing you're self-aware enough, even through the drinking, about your size relative. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you know, I get that. She died, we killed her. She was nice. I hope I see her again. I like that restaurant a lot. If I went back in the future and she was there, I would love to talk to her while not being very drunk. Damn, there must be a bunch of assholes coming in there. I mean, it's like a relatively nice restaurant. So I guess it's like, I don't know. It's because it only takes like one. Dude, service workers are unironically God's strongest soldiers, especially at nicer restaurants, because at less nice restaurants, they can kind of talk back a bit or not have to deal with you. But if the average like 4-person party is loading up a $500 bill, they're going to have to be nice to you no matter what. You have to be nice to service workers. You always have to be nice to service workers. I mean, if they're like a dick to you, of course, you don't have to, you know, I just don't be like a inconsiderate. I usually kill the DoorDash driver after he brings me food, Vaush. He served his purpose in life. Well, they're a DoorDash driver. That might be the merciful option. I'm still thinking about that girl, man. I hope she's doing all right. I know, like, you have a bad day. It's not the end of the world. It's not like she's, you know, killing herself at the end of it or whatever. Presumably, I guess there's always a chance. I hope that's not the case. I don't think that's the case. I'm just being glib. But, you know, I hope she's doing all right. She was a really nice server, too. You know, just purely from, like, a competence perspective. You know, I want servers like that at the restaurant. You know what I mean? She was on her shit. We had drinks on the table 4 minutes after sitting down and food 3 minutes after that. It's crazy. I hope you tip well. Yeah, well, of course I tipped well, but also I don't want to like, you have to thread a fine, it's a fine line from my position, because if I'm like, yeah, man, I tipped fucking $100, people in chat are like, wow, that's so magnanimous of you to do that, then brag about it. And you get treated like those guys who film TikTok shorts of them handing a $1 bill to a homeless guy. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to do that, but like, I also don't, people in chat are like, I hope you tipped well. It's like, yeah, of course I did. Come on. The only time I don't tip well is when, respectfully, those iPad tipping stations at cafes where you ask for like the Starbucks lemon loaf and then they turn it around and it's like, will you tip 20%, 22%, or 25% to the person who picked up the loaf and then did that and handed it to you? Come on. Like, I still tip, but I'm not going out of my way to custom tip that. Like, it's like, come on, man. That's the tip your landlord TikTok comes to mind. Oh, of course I'm tipping my landlord. Are you kidding me? Still tips. Yeah, I mean, whatever. They probably need the money more than me, right? Just doesn't feel good. That feels abusive. I am happy to dump a fat tip after like a nice meal out, but tipping in the barista who handed me like a pastry, that feels like I'm being exploited, okay? I'm being exploited by the proletariat. Tip your bartender. Yeah, of course tip your bartenders. Bartenders have to deal with a lot. Thoughts on tipping on pickup orders? Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, right? Oh, on pickup? Wait, on pickup? Like it's a pizza place and you're picking up from the... I don't think I've ever even been asked to do that. Like if you call ahead, then you go there. I've never, I don't know. Now, tipping your partner after you have coitus, that's where it hits. You nut and you're like, thank you, here's a $5. That's the real... Chat, you want people to feel appreciated. Just turn the screen at them. You're fishing the iPad out of the drawer. No one's ever tipped me after sex. Yeah, you must not be very good. Stupid. I had a service worker break down when I said I was disappointed in the food. She sat with me in the booth with her head in her hands and told her she was the best part of the meal and wasn't responsible for any of the failings. I got her back to the brink of tears into feeling okay. God damn. Well, thank you. That was good of you. Man, she must have been having a rough fucking day for her to assume that criticism of the food was criticism of her. I mean, she didn't make the damn food. Thank you for talking her down, you know? You have to own up to it. It's tough. Well, yeah, I mean, there's nothing... It's not wrong to say that you were disappointed in the food. That's not at all, like, antisocial behavior, you know? People can be delicate like that too. I mean, sure, but also, like, she probably had a rough day, you know? That's the damn chef's problem. And even if it was her fault, which it wasn't, you still have a right to say it if it's true, you know? You paid for a service. You're allowed to give critique or feedback. Can I ask what the tattoo is? The tattoo is a schmouder from Pathologic 2. It's an item that you can get that cures you, or someone else, of the sand plague. See? It's the symbol on the box. I like Pathologic. I have a strong emotional tie to the series, you know? I've never played it. It's a very good game. It's not the easiest game to play, but it is good. How'd you handle the pain? I'm autistic and really would like tattoos, but I'm worried being hypersensitive. The pain really wasn't that bad, but keep in mind, I got it on my forearm, which is like the easiest place that you can get a tattoo. And my tattoo artist was, I think, relatively gentle. So maybe if I was getting it more, like in a more sensitive area, it would have hurt more. But it really wasn't that bad, you know? I think that I could get a tattoo in a more sensitive area, like my side or my back, and it would feel all right. I mean, it would hurt, you know, it'd be tiring, but... It feels like someone dragging a pencil really hard across your skin. Yeah, it does. It does. Definitely. That sounds about right. What about the balls? You could probably easily get your balls tattooed. I don't think there'd be much pain there. That doesn't sound nearly as bad as I expected. Like, genuinely, Sailor of Lemons, if you want to know how much it's going to hurt, get a friend, or you don't need to get a friend. You can do it yourself, depending on the area. But literally, like, sharpen a pencil to a point where you can drag it against your skin hard without it, like, biting into the skin, but it hurts, and do that for like a few minutes. And can you sit still while you're doing that? Like, can you sit there and like deal with it? And if you can't, then that is what a tattoo would do to you, basically, you know? Like, if you sharpen a pencil, but then wear it down just a teensy bit, disclaimer, don't do this shit, lol. Should you not? No, I'm not saying break the skin with the pencil. I'm saying, can't you get anesthetics? No, you shouldn't. Because anesthetics mess with your blood thickness, I think. The quality of your blood matters a lot. You shouldn't have food or alcohol before. No. You should have food, but you absolutely shouldn't have alcohol because alcohol is a blood thinner. And like the properties of your blood matter a lot when it comes to your tattoo setting and healing properly. If you fuck that up, then, you know. Why does it matter? well, I'm not a scientist or anything, but the way tattoos work is that the ink gets held in place by your immune system. Your immune system sees the ink in your body and it's like, oh, foreign pathogen. But the ink is designed to not be biodegradable. So it freezes the ink in place, but it can't do anything with it. So that's what this is. It's like a bajillion white blood cells have frozen little blobs of ink. Yeah, I saw in the Kurzgesagt video, you know? So if you fuck with your blood, you fuck with your ability to, you know, do that. I'm not like an expert on it. If you don't wash the numbing agent off fully, it ruins the quality of the tattoo because it can't bind to the skin correctly. That makes sense. That makes sense. It's just a very like chemically messy process. Can hemophiliacs get tattoos? I'm not sure. I have no idea. Is that true, Sexiest? Well, probably better safe than sorry, I'd say. It's probably good to not be drunk going into a tattoo session, even if it wasn't going to fuck with the chemical properties of your, you know. Did you research the ink? A lot of them have carcinogens. No, I didn't research the ink. I have to trust my tattoo artist on this. God damn, my tattoo itches. This is how you itch a tattoo or scratch an itch, you know? You give it a little slappy pat.